What happens if you lend your car to someone else? There are many situations in which you need to lend your car to someone. Obviously, it's your car, so it should be up to you how and when others drive it. But does your insurance let someone else drive your car? Or if you borrow someone's car, are you covered? What if you lend the car and there's an accident? What happens then? Do they also borrow your car insurance, and does your insurance policy even allow you to let them drive it? Accidents, however, can happen anytime. Even a minor accident can cause confusion about whose insurance covers the damage. Find out what happens when you lend your car to a family member or friend. Who can drive under my car insurance? Car insurance policies are attached to individual vehicles. When you allow a friend or family member to borrow your vehicle, they also borrow your car insurance. Your insurance becomes the primary coverage when lending the car to family members or friends. So, if you let someone else drive your car, you need to make sure that the insurance policy for that vehicle permits others to drive it. In Ontario, someone else can usually drive your car if they meet the following criteria. They have your permission. Verbal permission is enough. They have a valid driver's license. They are not listed as an excluded driver on the policy. They will be operating the vehicle legally. What if there's an accident when lending a car to a family member? If you lend your vehicle to someone, your car insurance policy will cover them and your car just as it would if you were driving. That is, of course, assuming that they're permitted to drive under the policy. You lend your car, and while out and about, your friend is involved in an accident with your vehicle. Another driver hit the side of your car, causing damage, and your friend was not at fault. In this situation, the at-fault driver's insurance would be responsible for any damages to your car and any injuries to your friend. In an accident where your friend is at fault, however, your insurance would likely cover the damage to the other driver's car. Your liability coverage would probably pay for any injuries or damage to the other driver as well. However, damages to your vehicle would not be covered unless you have collision coverage. To repair damages using collision coverage, you'll probably need to pay your deductible even though you weren't driving at the time of the accident, and of course your insurance premiums would likely increase at your next annual renewal. That's exactly how it would happen if you were driving. Also, their insurance premiums could increase too. Since they were driving, the accident would go on to their driver's license record. So, if they have their own vehicle and car insurance, their provider would know any new at-fault accidents upon their annual renewal and probably raise their rates accordingly. What happens if the driver gets a traffic violation? Like at-fault accidents, traffic violations usually follow the driver. This means if you lend your car and your friend gets a speeding ticket, it's unlikely your insurance rates would increase due to their ticket. However, your friend's insurance rates may increase even though they weren't driving their own vehicle when they got the ticket. Exceptions to letting someone borrow your car insurance. As we've seen, often someone else can drive your car if you give permission and still be covered by your car insurance. In essence, you're allowing them to borrow car insurance. The insurance company usually allows your coverage to follow the car, but some exceptions to this exist. If you lend your car to someone who cannot legally drive, don't expect your car insurance to cover the damages from a resulting accident. For instance, the policy may not cover the following: underage drivers, drivers without a license, drivers with a suspended license, drivers under the influence of drugs or alcohol. Remember, you are still responsible for your car, even when lending the car to a family member. While the examples above seem obvious, there is another possible catch. What if the family member also lives with you and drives your car frequently? In that case, you want to name them on your policy as an authorized driver. Policyholders who avoid doing so to keep their premiums low can find that the insurance company might not cover the driver in the event of an accident. Driving insurance policies differ widely in the coverage they offer. Contact your agent broker to be sure you have the coverage you need and to learn how it can be affected when you lend your car to a friend.